app has something called filters, which could be really fun, but could also make your final images look really, really bad and overworked and fake and a little questionable. So with filters, be conscientious of how you're using them. Use them sparingly. Don't go crazy with them. So the first thing I'm going to do, once again, is I made a copy of my background. Okay, so I'm making sure that I'm clicked on background copy. And up top, I have the filter tab. So with the filter tab, I'm just going to click on filter gallery. And what this does is it's a really close-up zoomed view of my picture. So I'll kind of zoom out a little bit on it. But it gives me a lot of filter options. So they're all sectioned off into different categories. There's artistic, where you can kind of change what the filter, the overall medium is. So you can have it be like film grain, colored pencil, you have it more watercolor-esque. You can kind of change it up a little bit. Let's see. There's plastic wrap, neon glow. Ooh, fun. Under brush strokes, you can have a specific type of brush line work. So sprayed, splatter, Sumi-E. It's an area for distort, so you can have it look like glass, an ocean ripple. There's sketch, so this is more of the black and white version. So there's charcoal. Ooh, it's very blue. Bas relief. Chalk and charcoal. Have it be a stamp. So you can kind of play around with all the different ones and kind of peruse them. So you're kind of working glowing edges. Adding different texture, so it can look like stained glass. So within all of these, you have some options you can work with. So let's say I want to stick with the stained glass look. On the right hand side, it gives me some options. So there's a cell size, so that's how big my sections of glass are. My border thickness, and the intensity of light. So you can kind of play around with it. And each filter will have different options for you to kind of work with. So it is just a matter of taste and kind of figuring out what you like, what you don't like. If we go, let's go to rough pastel. So rough pastel has completely different options. So there's stroke length, which is how big of a stroke you have if you were to actually be using pastels. The detail work, and a lot of this you can see a little bit better when you're zoomed in. You can see along some of the edges, some of that detail work. You can change the texture, so it could be on top of brick. It'll give you a different feel. Sandstone gives you a different look. So you can really kind of toy around and play with it. Kind of try different things, see what looks good, what doesn't. When you're happy with your overall option and filter, you just click OK, and then it does the filter. So right now you can see my before, my after, and it's just kind of a fun thing to do. If you want to have only certain areas have a filter, you can select those areas and then go in. So let's do the stained glass for there. We'll just click OK. So you can see that just that area got the stained glass effect. Other options that you have under filters is, blurring. And a lot of these is just a matter of trying it and seeing what it does. You can distort, so pinch, it's kind of a fun one. We can kind of pinch in a certain, there we go, pinch in a certain area. You can change the amount of pinch that you do, and that kind of toys with it. Zigzag gives you a zigzaggy wave to it. Do that one. You can see that it creates the zigzags. You can sharpen a little bit. The sharpen filters are not awesome, so if your picture is blurry to begin with, sharpen really won't help you much. But you can stylize and solarize. You can pixelate different ways, add noise. So if you want to add dust and scratches to your image, you can very easily do that. You can kind of play with that. So those are filters. Use them wisely, because things that are over filtered end up looking not so good.